Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to today's Bitcoin update of Monday 18th of October. And boy, we're in for a ride once again. And I told you yesterday, as we speak about in yesterday's video, you might see Bitcoin having a small correction after hitting all the way its head to nearly 63,000. And as a matter of fact, we're making here a bull flag, you can see. And I told you it's absolutely fine if you came down to retest the wall, the previous wall that was actually sitting right over there. And that's exactly what we did. We went up, we came down, find support, and boom, now we're picking it up. Okay, so if we make a case that this was some sort of a bull flag, okay, if this is a bull flag like that, I'm gonna take the height to the bottom, the swing, wherever the swing was happening, the wave was. And now that we're breaking out, the next target, of course, is going to be 66,000, surpassing the previous all-time high of 64,000. And that's very likely to happen, very likely to happen, because Bitcoin is becoming so much bullish at the moment that it's just awesome. Okay, altcoins are dying because of Bitcoin dominance. But then again, altcoins are going to have their glory, as I spoke in November, anytime in November. But the next 3 months is really important for this bull market cycle. So anyone who has invested right now, in my opinion, you're absolutely cheap. You have everything handed over to you, and you have bought everything from the bottom of the streets. Okay, you just went to the bottom of that river, of that sea, of that ocean, and you've grabbed some gemstones. And I think you just hold it a little bit for like 2 or 3 months. You're gonna see the result, and it's gonna be huge. Okay, I've seen so many altcoins going 10%, 15% in one day, but I've seen at the same time they go like 50, 110,000. You might even have seen it by yourself. Okay, so that's bound to happen. Time will tell. Still waiting, still holding. We're still strong. Okay, now I want to talk today about another thing. Okay, on the weekly, because back 3 days ago, I made a video describing you that we are potentially forming 3 white soldiers. Okay, how do we talk about the 3 white soldiers? I'm just gonna remove some of these drawings. Right, so you can see on the weekly, this was a bullish engulfing candle. Okay, bullish engulfing candle. But for me now, for 3 straight weeks, okay, one candle opens up after 7 days. Okay, now this data is like for 21 days. These 3 candles you see is a data of 21 days. And normally what happens is when you move up 3 consecutive weeks like this, or 3 days, or you have 3 candle bars that are opening, you know, the opening, the closing here. I guess this is the closing, yeah, the closing here. This is the closing, is almost next or higher from the opening of the last candle. Okay, that's the condition. In here you can see the opening. Let's zoom in a little bit to understand this concept. I'm gonna remove that, and yeah, just look at that. This one's next to this one's almost next to this one, and that to me sums up very perfectly that we have 3 white soldiers. And that is a bullish pattern. This candlestick, when you see a candlestick like that, that means that the next candles that are going to form, okay, are going to be bullish. So do expect for the next 3 to 4 weeks or a month, we can have a bullish continuation towards the upside. If you think that Bitcoin has pumped enough and it's going to come down below this level, okay, this is your stop loss. Okay, I don't see Bitcoin coming down to 50,000 again, or 55,000 even in that case. Okay, because it invalidates these 3 white soldiers. So if you see Bitcoin start doing something funny, like it starts to go down, it starts to move down, and then you have this level lost from this candle here, okay, that's where you're actually going to go even a little bit more downwards and maybe retest this moving average right here. Okay, the 20 moving average, the red line. Okay, let me bring the 10 moving average, the EMAs here. Okay, And yeah, you can see the 10 moving average is what, 52,000, but I do not think right now we're ever going to retrace to 52,000 just because of the 3 white soldiers that we see on the weekly. And so it's looking, this is some form of a cheat sheet. Okay, you can actually do some cheating right over here with these 3 white soldiers. Okay, if you want to take a trade, you can enter in here, keep holding. Yeah, we're going towards the upside, and remember this. Okay, save this video in your phone, anywhere you want to save it, because this is gonna play out. Okay, the charts never lie. Even if you've seen the history before, when we were right over here, when we went down back in July or in August. Okay, I'm just gonna hide these EMAs a little bit. Okay, so back in August when we went to 29,000, we went up for the first week, second week, and then the third week. Okay, and this, you can see closing, the opening, the closing is next to the opening of the previous candle. Now what happened is, even here we had 3 white soldiers, and whenever you see 3 white soldiers, you can see the next 4 candles just all towards the upside. Okay, now this one, I don't know what it is. Okay, and then we had a downfall towards the downside. Let's look at the history. Okay, the history always serves as the best indicator. Okay, you always go to the history. You gotta read the history. Again, these are 3 white soldiers right over here. Did you see that? This one. Okay, so the next candles, boom, all the way up. We could even see another very similar scenario as we're looking back in 2020 in October. Okay, a very similar scenario can now happen, where you've made these 3 white soldiers and you continue all the way towards the upside. Okay, you do not lose this 10 moving average, you keep moving towards the upside. So a very similar situation can actually play out, and in my opinion it's very possible. By the end of the day, this is Bitcoin. Okay, this is Bitcoin. Anything happens in crypto, anything happens at any time. Now there's one more thing that I want to talk about, and that's the bull market psychology. Right now, this is a chart that you see. Okay, now the green y-axis you see here is the price, and the x-axis that you see is the time. Okay, as time increase, the prices increase and decrease. So at the moment, the disbelief here is your bear market. Okay, and then we move all the way up to hope. You go to optimism, you go to belief, you go to thrill. And right now we're entering a phase, by the end of the bull market, sorry, not now, but at the end of the bull market, you're going to enter a phase known as euphoria. Now euphoria, and then you go to complacency, you go to anxiety, denial, panic, anger, depression, and disbelief. Again, all the way back to disbelief. Now, where are we right now? Right now, in my honest opinion, we're in hope. Okay, we're in hope. Look, we had this, we went all the way up, and we have a deeper correction. Now let's look at the charts. Okay, let's go to the daily time frame, and let me better explain through the charts what's happening with this market psychology that we're in right now. So I'm gonna zoom out once again, just like that, and zoom even more out. I guess, you know, when you're in doubt, always zoom out. Okay, now, did you see how from the disbelief area we went all the way up and had a dip? That's what's happening. Okay, to me that's what's happening. We went from here all the way up. That's the dip you have. That's the dip. Exactly just as here. This is the dip you have. Okay, this one. Now the next thing that is about to play out is the optimism. Okay, you're gonna go to optimism, maybe 100k, come down. Okay, and then move all the way up to euphoria. And the thing is that when euphoria happens, when this phase comes in, you're going to see bull all over the market. The bulls are going to be all over the market. You're not going to see anybody saying, hey, the bears are out there. No one's going to say the bear market is happening. Everyone is going to be super bullish. You're going to see the media stepping in. You're going to see YouTube stepping in. You're going to see a lot of people more than before on YouTube coming in and making these videos about how they're going to be rich and this and that. Everyone is going to be like a super person who is making money every single time. And that's where the fun begins. Now that's where but the opposite side, okay? The fun begins, but in the opposite direction. When you see those green candles, those green huge candles, many people, you know, mentally, they're just seduced in a way to get into those green candles. But the thing is, you do not get into those green candles. For traders, we consider green candles as huge red flags, okay? Those are very, very bad signals. When you see huge green candles, you sell them. You sell everything at this point. And yeah, it's not a financial advice, of course, but that's how it is for the past 10 years, okay? And when euphoria kicks in, that's where the bear market enters in, and you're going to see 80% drop in Bitcoin. And that means if it's 80% drop for the Bitcoins, it translates for 800% drop for your favorite altcoins. People who invested millions of dollars at this point, they lose money and they end up with a dollar, okay? From $1 million all the way to like $1,000, whatever. And this is where you invest. The big red candles, Let's go back to history. Let's go to 2017. Okay, let's talk about the euphoria a little bit. This is where the euphoria happened. Okay, this is the place exactly where the euphoria happened, and you had those red candles all the way down. Now get your money and invest into the red candles. Take out your money out of the green candles, buy back in here, and this is the best buying spot, because for me, billionaires, trillionaires are made over this area in the bear market, in the absolute bottom of the market. This won't help you. This will help you. So bear market is not bad at all. We don't see prices going all the way up. So that sums it for today's Bitcoin update, and thank you so much for the support. Keep trading nicely, keep grinding, keep hustling, and thank you so much.